Hi, this is Jeremy.
And this is Becky. We're kind of epic.
Today we're talking about A Chair in a Room, Greenwood. Now, this is sort of not adventure, what would you call it?
It's kind of like you're experiencing a story. Like,
yeah,
you're inside a show, but that's not quite right either. Like, I don't know, a book or something. It's like you really are experiencing horror story.
Yeah, and it's kind of a puzzle game where you're in an asylum or in a mental hospital, and you're trying to figure out why you're there. You kind of don't understand. You don't know what's going on. You can't
remember anything.
Yeah, and stuff that you do remember, you've written down. You've got little things in your room that are kind of memories or linked to memories. There are items in the room, like paper mache animals. Paper mache, not paper mache. What do you call that? Origami. Thank you. Origami animals. There's some other statues and things. Basically, a bunch of stuff that you kind of triggers memories, and then you go and experience those memories, but kind of in a sort of
after
drugged state.
Yeah.
Not quite. It's which gives it that horror sense.
Yeah, and it's not even like you're experiencing the full memory. It's like it sends you to the room the memory happened in, and you have to uncover the clue that kind of helps you figure out what happened in there. But honestly, this game was really surprising. I thought I had it figured out, and I didn't. I was completely wrong, and I didn't realize it until like the last couple minutes of the game, which is awesome because that rarely happens to me. I almost always know the end by part way in, and this I didn't. So it's really good storytelling. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this story.
Yeah. And this, let's see. So, you can see right here, we just went through a door and now we're underwater. And so it's just really weird things that happen and kind of propel you along through these memories and get you to unravel the story, which I thought was really cool. They did a really good job of doing that, conveying things that happened and without really coming out and saying them. That, you'd find like, a passport or a picture of a certain person or just little things that you'd start uncovering and you're like, what is going on? This is so weird.
And they did such a good job with sound to make this creepy as shit and visuals, and there's some really good jump scares in it.
Yeah, though it doesn't rely on jump scares. There's only, they're pretty spread out. They're pretty few and far between. It's more the ominous audio, the creepy atmosphere. You can see we're in a darkish room. It's a hotel room, but just with the TV flickering and everything, and you've got these weird noises going on behind and around you, and oh man, they did a really good job of the atmosphere.
And did another real thing they did a really good job was the making you feel like you were high, because there's parts where you have to take a pill to move on to the next area, and when you do, it makes it all fuzzy and dizzy, and it makes you kind of feel as if you had just taken a medication to calm you down. So it's really interesting, and I love the mechanics of how to change from area to area. You just went through a door.
Yeah.
It's just go through a door. And so you never have to use a teleportation or anything.
No controller to move you forward and make you nauseous. They did a really good job of building each set in your room scale.
Yeah.
And so you can walk around the entire set, usually as a room, but sometimes it's a boat or... what else was there? Was there another thing?
There's that sunken house, and you're underwater right now, or in a dream.
Right. Yeah. So they do this really good job of providing you just an area to walk around in and explore, and to get to the next areas. It's usually you take a pill or you actually literally walking through a door. Well, I guess not literally, but virtually you walk through a door. Oh, yeah. See, and now there's a body in the bed.
And there wasn't a body in the bed before. Yeah, they just do a really good job of like little creepy things like that. This game is, it's gone.
And now it's
This game is so creepy. It's just so creepy. I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. I really did.
And it gets progressively creepier, and as you start figuring things out, you almost feel like you're going more crazy just from understanding what's happened with you, or under kind of figuring out what's going on. So trying to, yeah. So it's really creepy. They did just such a good job, but I keep saying that. So
yeah, it was really enjoyable. I highly, highly, highly recommend this game because there's no nausea issues at all, and it's just if you like stuff that's a little bit creepy, this is really fantastic. If you enjoy story-driven stuff, this is really, really well done. It seems like it might be a series because they made sure to say a chair in a room.
Greenwater.
Yeah,
so it could be you may have more experiences in this hospital as different people, maybe.
We'll see. It's really interesting. I
kind of hope they do another one.
That's what I was about to say. I would love to see another one. I would love to see more from this developer because this was just really neat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the set pieces, the rooms that you're in are all just really well done.
Really high detail.
Really high, yeah, exactly. Really high detail. There's a couple of areas where you're using like a flashlight or a lantern. And I actually kind of, because of like how well they did it and because of the lighting and everything, it actually really started to trick my mind, and I felt like I was in like a little storage closet with this light looking around at things. And so it really heightened that sense of tension. And when something would fall over, or there was a couple, I think 1 or 2 jump scares or things that kind of
really,
popped
really
out,
got
and they
you.
Really got me. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, I think he even screamed once, which he doesn't.
No, I don't.
He actually doesn't get caught by jump scares very often. I do all the time, so that's not surprising at all. In fact, there was one point where I was sitting and just watching the screen while he played, because this is one of those that's really easy to do that way.
Right.
And the jump scare made him scream and me scream, and I was just watching it on the screen. So yeah, there's some really good jump scares in there, and it was really funny to see him react like that.
We did have a couple of issues, especially in the beginning, the first level, I guess you want to call it. The first chapter is, I think they go by chapters. Where you're in the hospital, and
it's almost like an intake room.
Yeah, and they're having you do some stuff, and like it didn't quite work right, and we couldn't exactly figure out what you were supposed to do.
Yeah, that was part of the problem. Couldn't figure out what you were supposed to do, and the thing that you were supposed to do was pick something up off the floor, and I had tried that, and I couldn't get it.
Right.
And so I quit trying it, and then I finally actually went and looked it up because I couldn't. We spent like a ridiculous amount of time trying to figure what to do next because I couldn't pick up the stupid thing off the floor. And so I went and looked it up, and somebody else had played it, and it was to pick a thing up off the floor.
Yeah, and of course, I was playing while she was looking that up. And
and then he was able to, and he had a difficult, even knowing that was for sure what it was, he had a difficult time picking it up. So I'm glad that was the only thing that was on the floor, really, that was flat.
Yeah, it was
because
part
I
of
don't
a
think
postcard
we really had that many more problems.
No.
So just the first chapter was, and I don't even mind spoiling it, because if you have that same problem, it's really difficult to understand what you're going to do next. So
yeah, and I think part of that might have been just an issue with our setup. Like maybe I had to redo
I read
there
was a lot of other people
that had that too?
When I went looking it up, there was a lot of complaints about that one.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Sorry.
They should maybe move it onto the chair, because I think there's a chair in that room.
Yeah, but
a chair in a
you
room.
picked up the chair though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the only real problem I had.
Yeah.
Did you have any others?
I think that was it, really. I mean, some of it there was a couple of spots where we got a little lost, but we eventually figured it out, and that's okay. I mean, you're gonna have that with puzzle type games. You know, you're gonna stumble into ones that are difficult for you for whatever reason. But I think overall they did a really good job, and it was, you know, just the atmosphere, like I said, was just amazing. It was totally creeped out a lot of the time.
I loved it.
Yeah, huge kudos to these guys. They did a great job.
Yeah.
And I really hope we see some more games like this from them.
Absolutely. I really liked it. Have you tried a chair in a room? What do you think?
If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button.
Also, let us know if there's a title you would like to see us review in the comments.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye!